What would the church say? What would the church say about the way we continually living? Our of the world decisions, how we weaponize religion. What would they say if you told them you just needed an ear to listen? What would they say about today's Christian? What would the church say? What would the church say? Most importantly, what would Jesus say? Most importantly, what would Jesus?
Hey, family, it's your girl Veleka B with the Veleka B Project and What Would the Church Say? Sponsored and placed on Set Apart and Chosen. I'm excited to be here with our special guest on tonight, which is none other. Let me drop the graphic here. None other than Bishop Paul S. Morton. We are excited to have him in the building so we can talk about his new project. So I'm going to go ahead. We're not going to prolong the time. We're going to go ahead and bring Bishop Martin on now. Hey, sir, how are you?
How are you, Veleka? This is a pleasure just sharing with you.
Thank you so much. I'm excited to finally have you inside of the building with us on today. And it's an honor and a privilege. And I really do appreciate you.
Oh, hey, I'm honored. I'm honored just to be on with you. You're doing an awesome job.
Thank you so much, sir. So we brought you on today, and we're going to talk about your new project that you have currently have out right now, and it's called Go Through, and it's featuring your son, six-time Grammy Award-winning PJ Martin. It was also written by him as well. Is that correct?
Yes, I wrote this one. Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
He's a writer. Yeah, he's awesome.
Awesome. And we also, your daughter, co-pastor Jasmine Martin Robinson, she's on here as well, correct?
Correct. Yeah, that's my oldest daughter. Yeah, she's a blessing.
Awesome. So let me throw out the graphic. So this was the 50th year reunion live recording at the Greater St. Stephen's Mass Choir. And that the single was released on January the 30th, correct?
You are so right.
Okay. Let's talk about Go Through. I heard it's going to be, well, I already heard it. I listened to it a couple of times, but I'm hearing that it's going to be the anthem for the year. So let's talk about it.
It is so exciting, and I believe that it's a on-time song because so many people in this season are going through.
Hmm.
What I love about the words of the song, it says you got to go through to come out.
That's
See, a lot
good.
of people get stuck going through. They give up and I can't take it anymore. But if you go through and trust God through it all, you're going to come out. So to me, it's really a song of victory, giving
Hmm.
people encouragement that you can make it. I don't care what you're dealing with. Just keep moving, keep going forward, and the victory will be yours.
Yes, yes, absolutely. And this song is so timing for the things that are going on right now in the world. So not only are you dealing with personal issues, just issues all in general, but the not knowing of what's going on in the United States and the world in general. So it's an on time song. So how can you really, really encourage? And I know the song is a part of that encouragement as far as the anthem go, but like some things that we see news, and this at the point I don't even like looking at the news anymore. And if I didn't have to look at social media, that was not my job. I'll be in the country living on the dirt road. I don't know nothing. So how can you really encourage and just keep people motivated?
Well, I look at the world today and I look at America today, and I guess I go back to the Temptation song, A Ball of Confusion.
Right.
That's where we are in this time. But I do believe that God's not the author of confusion. I know it's not him. It's got to be
Mm-mm.
somebody else. I won't go into that. But confusion is out there. So that's why I always encourage people because it's important. You know, the Bible teaches us don't get weary in
Mhm.
well doing.
It's good.
You will reap if you faint not. And the devil's job is to try to make you faint, to try to make you give up. But if you don't get weary, just keep on fighting, keep on trusting. I deal with spiritual warfare, preaching and teaching, and spiritual warfare is just the spirit over the mind.
Mm-hmm.
Put the mind over the spirit, there's a disorder. Whenever there's a disorder, there's a breakdown. But if you keep the spirit over the mind, that's the divine order of God. You will be victorious. That's what the churches say.
No, that's absolutely good. That's a good perspective of it. Um, and also too, with this particular song, you chose it at the time for the 50th reunion. Why was that so significant as well?
Well, it's so important. When I came to Greater St. Stephen in New Orleans, it was 2 years after I was there that I became the senior pastor. And
Hmm.
being a singing pastor, our choir, we had, of course, our own church label at that time. We weren't on a national label. And so we sang together, and the choir, 50 years ago, many of them gone on home to be with the Lord. And of course, I thank God this project is with the old and the new. And
Hmm.
it's just an amazing project because PJ or Jasmine weren't born 50 years ago.
Right.
That's why I was so excited to have my two children singing along with me, because it just made that connection of bridging the gap. And they're both so talented.
Yeah.
Where I was senior pastor, I retired. My son-in-law is a senior pastor, and of course, my firstborn is the co-pastor. So they are carrying on the ministry. I'm excited about that. But also, PJ is just blowing up. I'm so proud of him. You know, I used to take him around with me when he was little, and I'd be going. People would look at him. Is that your son? I said, that's my son. But now they look at me, with this generation and say, is that your daddy? So seasons change. But I just love family, and to
Right.
have them participate. They love the Lord in what they do. They take it seriously. They operate in excellence, and both of them can sing.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And the great part is to be able to hand the ministry off to your son-in-law and your daughter. Like, the ministry's in good hands.
Yeah.
But if you didn't have that, I know it'd been kind of hard to let that go, let loose of the ministry. What was that like for you to let go?
Well, I pastored for 46 years,
Wow.
46 years. And, in one church in two states. After Hurricane Katrina, we started our ministry in Atlanta. And
Mhm.
so I love pastoring. I love people. But I knew I want to be able to prepare, and I always wanted to prepare for the next generation. I just don't believe that God keeps us in some place to just stay there. You get a certain age, sometimes you don't know who you are. I never wanted people, I know that they love me, but they have to wake me up and say, Bishop, it's time for you to preach. Wake up, wake up, wake up. So I just believe that there's a season for everybody, and to be able to still be alive, because we're one church in two states, and my nephew pastors our church in Atlanta. And of
Okay.
course, my son-in-law and daughter, they are in New Orleans. So my nephew and his lovely wife, they're doing a great job of changing a generation in Atlanta and Greater St. Stephen in New Orleans. Of course, my son-in-law and daughter are doing a great job. So to be able to watch this while I'm alive, and of course, they come to me, how would you handle this? How would you do this? I'm glad that I'm alive to help, because when I started pastoring, the pastor had died. So,
Mhm.
wow, I'm trying to figure out how to pastor. It was the first time I ever pastored. So
Mhm.
nobody was there to really speak into my life to tell you, this is how you do it. This can help you. This can give you guidance. So that's why I am just so glad to just, when you're able to watch the fruit of your labor,
Mhm.
to me, that's important. So it's really a joy. I've been telling people on some of the interviews that I go on, that I can preach all day, all night, and I preach still all across the world, all across the country. I'm
Mhm.
grateful for that. But what can really wear you down through the years is pastoring Negroes.
Listen. That's
That's
it.
what work is, because you got the different personalities. I need this, I need that. Well, where were you? So passing the mantle on, I believe, has allowed me just I'm really enjoying what I do, because it's not like I've stopped. I'm not sitting in a wheelchair, or sitting on the porch, in a rocking chair every week. I am so glad that I'm still able to go, still doing what I'm doing. So I'm excited about it. But just that heavy load of the day-to-day operation, when your
Mhm.
ministry is a big ministry, it's a lot of work.
It
And we
is.
got to know when to just turn it over and pass it on. And we can't be afraid to do that. We can't be afraid to do that.
That's good. That's good. You know what I always enjoyed about you is before you preach, sometimes you would be able to help set the atmosphere with the singing. So how, from the outside looking in, you made it look flawless, but how were you able to juggle music and ministry as well?
Well, and I realize, if God gives you a gift,
Mhm.
you're supposed to use all of the gifts that he has given you. And of
Mhm.
course, I'll tell you, when I first started preaching, it was a little difficult, because, when I reached that level, I'm a preacher. I'm a preacher. People would invite me to preach. And some of the churches back then, they'd march you down the aisle, and you got your Bible in your hand, and you're walking to the pulpit. And then
Mhm.
you have people, as I'm walking down the aisle, say, sing my song, sing my song. And I said, no, I ain't singing. I'm preaching. But as I got older, I realized, hey, balance it out. So I enjoy singing and preaching, and you can do both and be effective. Don't hide your gifts. Whatever gifts that God has given to you, use those gifts. And I've decided to do that. So I like, I'm a worshiper. So
Yes.
I like to, even before I minister, just get into the presence of the Lord with the people of God, just worshiping and singing whatever God gives me on that particular day, about that particular sermon, and then preach the word of God. So I believe that they go together.
Mhm.
It's a special, special marriage, the singing and the preaching. And so I,
Yes.
I appreciate both.
Yes. And I cannot overlook your beautiful wife,
Oh,
Dr. Deborah, and you have another child as well. You have 3 kids,
yeah,
correct?
yeah, my baby girl, Christian. Yes, Christian. And I thank God for her. She is truly a blessing. She likes to kind of lay back in the back, but she is smart. She is gifted. She is an entrepreneur, and she works even with graphics, marketing for our
Good.
ministry. So she is involved, and she loves what she does for the Lord. But my wife, of course, that is my right arm. That is my queen. And I'm
Good.
telling you, she is a preacher of preachers.
Mhm.
I tell people so many times, she's the preacher in the family. But she is really, really gifted, and just flows so well with us, and whatever we're doing, she's always been there, right, for and always standing with me too. I remember when Hurricane Katrina came. I don't know if it scared her for a moment. I've said, this is the first time I've been without a job. It's all of our churches were underwater. You got to
Right.
you got to stick with me. I ain't got no job. But God, of course, God bless, and He restored. But she has stayed right there. We're getting ready to celebrate 50 years of marriage this year.
Wow. Awesome.
Truly, truly blessed us. So we're excited about our family. And that's why I believe that our children are so successful in what they're doing in their marriages, because they had a role model to follow. So I'm grateful that we weren't just preachers in the pulpit. The show was on in the pulpit, and then just something different at home. We always trying to be an example to them. And so they have followed the example. And they're great, great, great kids, and of course, great, great wife.
Mhm.
It can't get any better.
Mhm. Absolutely, absolutely. And we'll drop the graphic again for As the Music Go. So the 50th year reunion live recording of Go Through by PJ Morton and your daughter and yourself. What can we expect? What else can we expect music wise from this particular single, and also what you have in the near future?
Well, with this project, there's just so many different people that came along and just helped us. As Bishop Marvin Winans, B.B. Winans, and Erica Campbell, Bishop Neil Robeson. I'm telling you that there was just so many people that came, and sometimes I just passed them the microphone. It's all the way live. That's all I can tell you. It's
Right.
all the way live. So I'm grateful for that. Now, as far as my future, I have told people that this is, I'm 75 years old. God is being good to me. And my last project, my legacy project, was 10 years ago.
Okay.
I was 65, so 75 now. I don't plan to do a new singing project in 10 years when I'm 85. Now you got to know when to stop. I told
Right.
I will definitely know if I can't hit that note and let it rain, hoo, 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 hoo. If I gotta say bring the key down, hoo, 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 you got to know, you got you got to know the sign that you have
Mhm.
to stop. So I am grateful. I just believe, that there's a season for it, and I've teased people so many times. So I told them when we did this project, this reunion project, this is it. But I don't
Mhm.
like Michael Jackson because this is it. You know,
Right.
death and
Right.
life was in the power of the tongue. So
Mhm.
I plan to live on. So we're different there. But this is it as it relates to, because I did about 4 songs. I told them, of course, a few years ago that doing 12 songs for me, recording that and trying to get all that in my head, that season is over. So
Right.
I enjoy helping other people, other artists, and sometimes I'll do a song on their project because people, I found out, when I got started, all I needed was a helping hand, somebody to give me a break. And so I try to help people, just like this is so important to me today, just sharing with you. But just think, sometimes if people don't know you, you need a helping hand. You need a helping hand. So that's why I appreciate you. But my main goal now is to really, with ministry, is to mentor pastors, to let
Mhm.
them know. In fact, what I'm putting together in a book is success on purpose. It can't be an accident. You have to have discipline. You have to know the calling on your life. Success on purpose. The success that I've experienced through the years, it has not been luck. My steps are ordered by the Lord. And so I'm teaching pastors, just because you see somebody else, don't just try to be somebody else. Be who you are. Be the best
Good.
you that you can be. And to me, that really, really makes the difference. And so, mentoring pastors and helping them, learning from the experiences that I've had in my life. Sometimes we get to the point where we are with the success that we've experienced, and we try to keep it to ourselves because we don't want nobody else to do anything. I
Right.
want to see, I want to see the generation now just take it to the next level, take it to the next level.
Right.
Believe that that's what's supposed to happen. And we got some gifted people, young people that are coming up, and
Right.
push them, share with them, because y'all are some gifted people, and your gifts need all of the help that it can get.
Thank you so much. So for everybody, thank you so much for joining. We do have the album that's out right now. Make sure you go out and support Bishop Paul S. Morton, his 50-year reunion live with Greatest Stevens Mass Choir.
And could I add one more thing? Because
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah,
actual project, the whole project, this was the single
the single. Okay,
first. The whole project, you can download it this March
okay.
9th, midnight. You can get it. I'm telling you, it's that we did the old songs that we had hits in the 60s, and I mean in the 70s and the 80s. We did
Mhm.
some of those, and then the new song written by, of course, Derek Starks, our minister of music, and then of course PJ. It was just a blessing. Pastor Marvin Winans, Bishop Marvin Winans, wrote a great song on the project. So I'm telling you, we're bringing the old and the new together. You can download it. In fact, we have what we call a listening party on YouTube on
Okay.
Sunday night, March the 29th. I'm telling you, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you can go to the Greater St. Stephen YouTube channel. I'm telling you, you got to see it. You got to see it because we not only recorded it audio, but the video is amazing. And you're just going to be able to see some of those songs. Tell your friends everywhere. Join us at 9 p.m. We're going to be talking, sharing, listening to songs, watching how the audience is responding. It's going to be a great time. March 29th.
So March 29th, 9 p.m. Eastern on the Greater St. Stephen's page. Is that correct?
Yeah, on the YouTube channel. Yes.
YouTube channel. Okay. Make sure you guys support this project, and I'll make sure I add more to it on our pages as well. And it will drop the streaming platform when the entire project would drop again. I'm sorry.
It's going to drop on Sunday night.
Sunday night as well. That's very smart. Yeah, that was very smart.
Going at 9.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody, we want them to download the song at midnight. That's what we're doing. So this is the first time we're doing it this way, but I think it's so creative because it involves more people so that they can really feel what's getting ready to happen. So we're excited about it.
That is very smart. I love it.
Thank you.
Let everybody know how they can follow you before we wrap up.
Well, anywhere with Bishop Paul Morton, you can get it that way. That's whether it's YouTube, anything that you want, you can get it. And of course, I'm on Instagram, same thing, Bishop P. Morton. Get it that way. All available for you. I'm just so many places that just trying to let people know what you say. Hey, the church is so important today, and I'm just glad to be a kingdom representative.
It is. Thank you so much for dropping in to support Set Apart and Chosen Veleka B Project and What Would the Church Say? Thank you, everyone, for supporting this project as well. Make sure you download on March the 29th at midnight, and also go to the church page as well on the 29th at 9 p.m. Eastern. So you can see the live recording and the interviews and everything as well. So Bishop, stay on with me, but thank you so much for coming out and supporting.
Do me one more favor. Tell your mama I said hello.
This is going to make her day. I'm telling you, it's going to make her day. Thank you so much, sir. Stay on with me.
Excellent.
Well, that concludes this episode of What Would the Church Say? With your host, Veleka B. Until next time, be blessed.